Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Giants Roundup. And tonight, the Giants give the Padres a beating. At least it was on the scoreboard and not in another bench clearing brawl like the Padres dealt with yesterday. As they shut out the Padres tonight, 7-0. You can follow on Facebook, Twitter, and please be kind and hit that subscribe button. Giants jumped on the Friars early and often tonight. It was a really good game. I think, best game of Chris Stratton's career too. His line was really good for the most part. The three walks, but 7 innings pitched, one hit, three, 4 strikeouts. Really great outing out of. This is probably the best outing I have seen out of Chris Stratton in his short career with the Giants. Really good. Really excellent job by Stratton. And as I said, the Giants got jumped on the Friars early. Longoria grounds to a fielder's choice to score Joe Panic. Buster Posey was out at second, McCutcheon to third. And then later in the first, Pence singled to right to score McCutcheon and Longoria. And then the Giants finally come through with runners in scoring position in the 6th inning. That was a really good one there, where McCutcheon was safe on an error by Villanueva to score Hunter Pence and Gregor Blanco.
Any chance of regret? Okay, pretty please.
Then that made the score 5-0. And then then Posey plates a couple more on a double to score Panic and McCutcheon to make it our final score of 7-0 49ers tonight, or Giants. And then we did have a roster move made before today's game. Andrew Suarez was optioned back to Sacramento to add some bullpen help. And Derek Law was called up, and he was used for the 8th and 9th innings tonight. And Brian Mitchell, well, this was his first time facing the Giants, and it was not good. For him, 5 walks, 3 runs, 3 earned, and 3 innings pitched. Jordan Lyles was good. Colton Brewer, 4 unearned runs and 2/3 of an innings pitched. And it feels like the egos were battered on the Padres tonight after being literally battered this last week by the Colorado Rockies. So that was certainly one thing there. But yesterday we had the 2 youngsters pitched. Andrew Suarez pitched for the Giants yesterday. There was yesterday's matinee game. He was actually pretty good. I think Suarez definitely has a good career with the Giants at some point in his career. The command is there. He just needs to not hang the slider. He gave up the 2 homers that cost him the game. It's okay. But I liked what I saw from Suarez. Really good stuff. And I think he's certainly going to be back up with the Giants sooner than later. If he keeps up the good work in Sacramento, he looks like he's more ready for the majors than Tyler Beede. Beaty's got more potential, but the command still got some work to do. And still, Beede missed half of last year of AAA, so certainly there. But he's going to get one more opportunity, possibly to start before going back to Sacramento. And certainly, he can carry some of that momentum back to Sacramento, carry some of that experience back to work on some things. Definitely work on mechanics and get the control under, fix his control issues. Certainly, I don't want to see another. And that was the problem with Jonathan Sanchez. I thought he was a good pitcher who had command issues. This is where Beede is. If he can cut down the walks, I think he could be a really good really good starter. Really good, and then really good night for Evan Longoria tonight. 2 for 5. Batting average up to 163. Hunter Pence, 2 for 5. And right now, Pence is fighting to not lose his job to not lose his job to Mac Williamson. Mac Truck is tearing the ball up in Sacramento right now, and everybody's comparing him to Arroyo from last year. Apples and oranges. Arroyo has, I mean, Mac Truck's had some experience, a few cups of coffee in the majors, and you know what? When he was healthy, he actually could hit the ball. I think he can certainly, if he gets the call up, I certainly think he could be reaching the point. If he can get it all together, the sky's the limit. I certainly think he could be that power bat, that homegrown outfield power bat the Giants have lacked for years. But I really liked what the showcase of the youngsters bring you some hope. I certainly think Suarez gives you hope. I certainly think by September we're certainly going to see Tyler Beatty back up with the Giants. These are two kids that, you know what, now I'm going after a starter is not as important as I thought. Now we don't have to go look to acquire a starter. Whereas Hunter Pence, he could be a bench player by middle of the season. That could get interesting. But also, it was certainly more Giants fans at Petco Park tonight than Padres fans, and that's usually the case at Petco. It's AT&T Park South. I always hear the "Let's Go Giants" chants over there at Petco Park, and the Giants fans came out in full force tonight at Petco. And the only hit came from, believe it or not, a pinch hitting opposing pitcher, Clayton Richard. That's the only Padre who got a hit tonight off the Giants pitching. But definitely getting some runners scoring the runners from not stranding those runners is a big confidence boost for the Giants. But now we'll see what tomorrow brings. And tomorrow will be a good matchup. You got Tyson Ross against Ty Block. That should be a decent matchup. But I think maybe the Friars come out hungry tomorrow, and of course they're the Giant Killers. They'll be wanting to go and try to get a win tomorrow night. That's certainly, I think, one thing the Giants are going to be, that the Padres wants that win, but they've only won one game. And here's a crazy stat for the night for the Padres as of right now. They've only won one game at Petco Park and lost 7, and they are 3-3 on the road as of right now. So that is a crazy stat right there. Where the Giants are 6-6, improved to 6-6 tonight. And in third, tied for second with Colorado, who's starting to get it together. But certainly, the Padres are going to be awaiting some suspensions from the brawl yesterday between them and the Rockies. Nolan Arenado, I certainly think he's going to probably get 3 to 5 games for his part of the melee yesterday. I certainly think Perdomo could get a 10-game suspension for intentionally throwing the ball. There's going to be a couple. I think also Gerardo Parra is going to probably get a suspension. But we'll see if tomorrow, if Manfred comes out with the punishments and the appeals. But that was just a really nasty series between the Rockies and the Friars. There was a lot of pitching in, a lot of hit batters. Story was hit. And then I think that the and then Manuel Margot is going to be on the 10-day disabled list after being hit in the ribs by a pitch, and it elevated the point of a fight, and now some people are going to have to be on unpaid, are going to have to be suspended for a while. And I totally wouldn't be surprised if in the next series next week that we see the pregame warning be issued. Then also last night, the Red Sox Yankees rivalry got hot, and there's already been suspensions from that one. Joe Kelly suspended 6 games, and Tyler Austin suspended 5 games for their roles in yesterday's melee. And we'll get to that in a moment when we start doing the MLB roundup. So I don't think Manfred's going to be in a good mood after all these fights. And then certainly we had some entertainment tonight as an idiot in the ninth inning decides to leave the stands and go out on the field. And security definitely did their job and got him off the field. And now he's going to enjoy a night at the lovely San Diego County Jail. And now it's time for the MLB roundup for the night. The Pirates beat the Cubbies 6-1. Your winning pitcher Trevor Williams, your losing pitcher Kyle Hendricks. Kyle Schwarber goes 3 for 4. And Schwarber had a home run in this game. And Hendricks, no bad luck. 2 earned runs, 6 innings pitched, 3 walks, 7 Ks. Normally gets you a win, but not tonight for Hendricks. Justin Wilson, 4 earned runs and 2/3 of an inning pitched. But Williams was just a hair better, 1 earned run in 6 innings pitched. And Contos did hit Chris Bryant tonight with a pitch. But that was an accident. But the Indians beat the Tigers 9-3. Your winning pitcher Trevor Bauer, your losing pitcher Michael Fulmer. Not a good day for Fulmer. 3 innings pitched, 6 earned runs. Lenois Martin, 3 for 5 with a double. Pretty good outing for Detroit. And for Cleveland, Jason Kipnis, 3 for 4. Francisco Lindor hits his first home run of the season. And Jose Ramirez hit his first home run of the season for the Indians. And wow, 9 runs, 6 earned for Fulmer in 3 innings pitched. That is not all that wonderful. And the Cardinals shell the Reds 13-4. Your winning pitcher, Michael Wacha. Your losing pitcher, Austin Bryce. Jose Peraza, 3 for 5. Jose Martinez, 4 for 5 for the Cardinals today. Really good game. And Sal Romano only goes 4 and a third innings, 4 runs, 3 earned, and 4 and a third innings pitched, and 4 walks. And then Bryce an earned run and 1 inning pitched. Zach Weiss 4 earned runs without recording an out. And it got even worse. Tanner Rainey came in 3 earned runs in 1 inning pitched. And it got so bad that Cliff Pennington came in the ninth inning to pitch an inning for the Reds. And the Rockies beat the Nationals 5-1. Your winning pitcher, Chad Bettis. Your losing pitcher, Gio Gonzalez. EJ LeMahieu goes 4 for 5 with 2 bombs in this game. Gerardo Parra 2 for 4. And Arenado goes 1 for 4 as he awaits word from the league about a potential suspension for his role in the brawl. Gio Gonzalez, 3 runs, 2 earned. And the Red Sox beat the Yankees 6-3. Your winning pitcher, Rick Porcello. Your losing pitcher, Sonny Gray. Not a good night for Sonny Gray, as he only goes 3 innings, gives up 6 earned runs, and now owns an ERA of 6.92. And I think also we did have I also think that that Porcello was tossed after hitting Stanton. Now, Sonny Gray hit Hanley Ramirez in the first inning. I think that rattled his confidence after what happened yesterday. And then I certainly think after that, and then warnings were issued after Ramirez was hit, and then Porcello plunks Stanton, and I think he was ejected after hitting Stanton in the 8th inning. But Craig Kimbrell, 4 saves already in the young season, and not a good year thus far for Sonny Gray, as his ERA has ballooned to 6.92 at the moment, where Porcello has really rebounded from last year's clunker with a 1.83 ERA. And the Twins blanked the White Sox 4-0. Your winning pitcher, Jose Barrios. Your losing pitcher, Lucas Giolito. Joe Mauer goes 2 for 3 in this game and collects his 1,000th career hit. And then Giolito gives up 5 walks. So not exactly great for him. The Angels beat the Royals 7-1. Your winning pitcher, Nick Tropiano. Your losing pitcher, Ian Kennedy. Ryan Goins goes 3 for 4 for Kansas City. Mike Trout 3 for 4. And Ian Kinsler hits his first home run as an Angel. And Trout hits his 5th home run of the season tonight. Andrelton Simmons goes 2 for 4. And Blaine Boyer. I think at some point Kansas City is going to have to DFA Blaine Boyer. 5 earned runs in 2/3 of an inning pitched, and an ERA of 23.14. That just does not cut it. Now let's go around the Bay Area. The Golden State Warriors now know their first round opponent. They are going to be playing the San Antonio Spurs in the first round. So we'll see how that works out. I think that is actually a winnable series. The Spurs are going to be without Kawhi Leonard, and Leonard's been so injury prone this year, so you're really dealing with an aging roster. It's really going to come down to Patty Mills.
It's time for some straight talk. You love your phone, but you hate that big bill. Together.
And Patty Mills is. And if the Spurs want to make a run, it's got to go through Patty Mills. But Greg Popovich is going to give it his best, and the Warriors, can they flip that switch? That's going to be the question. Can they flip that switch in the playoffs after losing 10 of their last 17 and backing into the 2 seed? We will see if the Warriors can play like the champions or not. And If not, I could see a situation where Steve Kerr could find himself on the hot seat if he's bounced in the first or second round. And next year, the Lakers are coming for him. So it's not going to get any easier for Golden State next year. And in NHL news tonight, the Sharks shut out the Anaheim Ducks 3-0 to take a 1-0 series lead. You could definitely check out Teal Town USA after I'm done with this vodcast. And they'll definitely break down this game more than I can. And the first period, it was quiet, but the second period, Evander Kane got going with, believe it or not, a power play goal out of all things. Not too. And the Sharks had struggled on the power play all season long. And then Kane comes in with the second goal. Then in the third period, then a third goal by Brent Burns to ice it, and playoff Martin Jones has arrived. And he's usually ice cold, ice runs in his veins when it's the playoffs for Martin Jones. 25 saves out of 25 shots. That's just Martin Jones hockey. And you know what? He's really excellent. He's always been a big difference maker in the postseason. Jones just somehow steps up more when it's the postseason. But the scoring needs to be just a bit better in game 2. And that will be on Tuesday. That'll be on Saturday night. Unfortunately, it looks like another overlap with us. And tomorrow night, I will be on air after I get home from the Fresno Grizzlies game. And too bad they don't have Wi-Fi at Chansey Park. It would have been nice to do a live show from there tomorrow night. But now we'll be more of a PCL show too. We'll talk the Giants game and then probably run into more of a PCL segment tomorrow night. And then in other news tonight, for the 49ers news, Reuben Foster formally charged with felony assault, and could be heading for the commissioner's exempt list sooner or later, and he will likely be suspended for 6 to 8 to 10 games later this season, and I think he goes on paid leave once he's eligible for paid leave. Well, that's going to conclude it tonight. Everybody have a good night. I am going to go wipe out, and then I'll be back on air late tomorrow night. Have a happy Friday and good night.